Hi, this is Digital Femme and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I want to share with you a strategy that I found that works for me when I'm feeling overwhelmed, when there's a lot of work to do. And if you want to know what that strategy is, then continue watching. Hi, I'm glad you stayed. So if this is your first video, I'll just give you a little quick background. I work remotely and I work for a marketing agency in Toronto. And you know what? Despite this whole COVID thing, I know some businesses have kind of like slowed down or slowly just like closed. This is not so with our marketing agency. We have really gotten so busy. And with that, there's been a lot of work. And we also recently launched a podcast for two internal clients, and I'm really enjoying the whole process. Learning to be a producer, and I don't even know if you can really say it's like a producer type of role, but I'm just really loving it. In addition to all these other accounts or internal clients that we handle. And lately, it's just been a lot of work, layer upon layers of projects, and they're all like melding and mishmashing into timelines and deadlines, and just keeping track of what needs to get done when, and on top of new tasks or projects, or even if they're mini projects. And I could easily get overwhelmed. It's almost like, like, what am I going to do first? What's priority? Because this is priority, that is priority. And I figured out a strategy. And the reason why I felt I needed a strategy was because I don't like feeling the overwhelmness. Is that such a thing? Overwhelmness? I don't like feeling overwhelmed. It is not a good emotion. And at the same time, I still want to enjoy what I'm doing, because when I think about each aspect of a project that I do enjoy it. And I don't want this overwhelming feeling to kind of like spoil it for me. So this strategy that I came up with, and I didn't even come up with it, but it's there. You just do it. And once I've applied it, it just works. And it takes me to a whole level of working. And my mindset is completely changed, even though things are busy. And what that strategy is just doing one thing at a time. When it comes to priorities, especially if there are multiple projects that are priority, all you do is backtrack and go, okay, well, what is the closest deadline? What project has a deadline that's coming up first? So that's how I identify it. Number one, what are the deadlines? And number two, you have to like match the deadline to the size of the task. If there's a deadline that is like, let's say if I have a deadline in 2 days and I look at the task and it's like, it's a lot of work, but then there is a deadline the day later and it's not so much work, well, then what do I choose? Okay, so with me, I would choose to work on the deadline that is second in priority, even though it's priority, but the date of the deadline is like, a little bit later, and it's a little bit easier, and I know that I'm going to spend less time on it. I choose to do that first. And then I can have more time to focus on the deadline that is priority, like it's coming sooner first, even though the job entails more thought or more work. The reason why I do that is because if I know that there are other things down the road, especially if there's a deadline right after this major one, I find that if I just get it done, then it almost gives me breathing room. So when I tackle on that deadline that has a lot of work and requires more time, I'm able to focus on it more, and it just helps me. Now, it's not to say that every situation is like that when you're handling multiple priorities and they seem to be all priorities, because for sure, well, you know what, I'm just gonna like stop what I was about to say, because I've had projects where they were the nature of work was different, but the deadline happened to be on the same day. So how did I tackle that? you just, you kind of do. Um, I don't overwork myself, and that's what's really interesting. I find that when I I actually use Toggle as a time tracker, and I track the projects. I track the time I spent on different projects for different clients. And honestly, at the end of the day, I it's not like, I know last week I said, if you've watched any of the videos, like sometimes I put in like over 12 hours of work, or things like that. And when I look back on it, it all balances out, because like today's a short week, today's Wednesday, and when I look back, I calculate my hours for the day, and it's about 8.5 hours, which is like a good standard amount of hours. And yesterday was like 7.5 hours. So it just really all works out. And I even, was I even clear about the strategy I used? I think I I think I did. I think I was. I said something about the deadlines and priorities. So here's another thing. If you're okay with the deadlines and priorities, but there's just like a lot to do, and you just have to like work through it, I just focus on one thing at the time. I think that's what I was getting at. Yeah. The whole priority and where the deadline dates is, it enables you to figure out which to tackle first. That's up to you, and then you just go one after another. Just hammer it out. And not even hammer it out. Hammer is not even the right word. Just, clear it. Just walk through it, go through it, do what you have to do to get it done. And of course, it's not things aren't always ideal. You'll be, deep down, working on a task or a project where you really need focus, and then other people are calling on you for your attention, or they need you to come on to a meeting, or you're getting emails that you need to respond to. How do I handle that? I used to, like, oh, I'd see an email notification, and I'm like, yeah, okay, like I'm not really expecting an that email, but I'll look at it later. Like it's almost like I treat emails, yeah, I look at it later. And then I find that at the end of the day, I forget to look at an email, and then it's the next day, and I'm like, oh my God, like I forgot about that email, and you know the story. So how I handle additional work, or things that require your time while you're in the middle of a project, well, it depends on my brain, right? So if I'm focused on something, I make sure, that's a brain thing. If I'm working on something and I know I need to focus and I'm getting these email notifications, I'll just kind of like keep doing what I'm doing until there is a lull in my brain where the part that I'm doing doesn't need so much more focus. And then I stop, and then I switch and I look at the emails. And then I make sure to read them, and if they need a reply or an answer, I try to do that like right then and there. So it's almost like you're doing things as they come. Like you have big priority projects that you have to do, so you do them. You make sure you prioritize and you do them accordingly. And then when there's like emails and other things that like require your attention, but it's like really small, you just tackle them one at a time too, in addition to the big projects. Am I sounding right? Anyway, so that's pretty much it. I find that it's easier for me to do that. And another thing is, because I work remotely, our whole team works remotely, and I've been finding that we get on G Meets. There's two coworkers that we started to hang out on G Meets, like Google's meeting place. I think they still have Google Hangout. I'm not sure, but anyway, G Meets, and we get on and we actually work. So even though we work remotely, it's almost like we're working in an office or a co-working space, except it's virtual or remotely. And I really enjoy that, because while we're still doing work, we're able to like ask each other questions or help each other out on feedback. And in between, there is like chit chat, or not chit chat, but just like sharing of just things, right? And I find that it's for me, it works. The three of us that we worked closely together, I could tell when when one of my coworkers really needs to focus, because all of a sudden they're quiet. and you can hear them, like you can hear the keyboard keys like typing. And then I know, okay. And I love that because there are moments in the G meeting where we just first we're chatting about something, we're talking about work or a certain approach or certain logistics regarding a project, and then we're talking, and then slowly we get back to what we need to do, and then it's all like quiet, and then we can like hear everybody working, and yet we're very comfortable being able to work together. I could pick up their breathing, or somebody got up and you could tell they're topping up their coffee. Yeah, I think I'm going off topic here, but that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say in this video. So today is, or this video is my 120th video in the 1,000 day challenge. And what that is choosing to do one thing for 1 hour a day for 1,000 days straight. So because this is my 120th video, yes, I have uploaded one video for 120 days straight. Now, if you'll notice, I recently uploaded my 119th video, and it seems like it's today. Well, I did that video yesterday, but for some reason, every time I uploaded it, I couldn't find where the upload is. It's like you upload it, it's preparing, then it's uploading, and then it just stops. So literally, for the 119th video, the video just previous that just I uploaded like an hour ago, it wasn't working. Like for some reason, every time I uploaded, it was like meh. So it kind of seems like I skipped a day, but I didn't. Sometimes that just happens. But even with that said, I do have another YouTube channel that I started, and it's about plants. It's called Project Green Plants. And I did upload a video, yesterday or that day? Well, anyway, I am uploading a video every day, and sometimes it doesn't seem like, oh, I missed a day here, but no, I didn't. It's just because of, like, I don't know, YouTube servers or my upload speed or download speed. But even if it reflects that I didn't upload or I missed a day, I did upload a video on my other YouTube channel. And I will put the link to my new YouTube channel about plants in the description below. So what do you think about my strategy? Is it even a strategy? Is it something that it's like common sense that you guys know what to do? Or did it really help you, tackle your workflow? I'd love to hear in the comments below if you did find this video informative or a little bit entertaining. I don't know. I don't feel like I was too entertaining at all today. Then just consider giving it a thumbs up, and do consider subscribing, because I always say towards the end of my videos or at the end of my videos, there is a video for you in my video library, or one that I will be uploading that's just right for you. It'll either inspire you, motivate you, or give you an aha moment to do something like have your own YouTube channel. All right, so that's it. Wherever you are in this world, have a great day, have a great evening, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.